Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for July the 11th through to the 17th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you so much for the loving, positive, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. I truly do. I wish you for all the abundance and happiness you could ever imagine and to be in your life each and every day. Now, what do we have here? Well, no transformation cards. New paths opening up to you. Creating wealth. Seeing new pathways. Absolutely. We start with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is all about closing doors behind us so new doors can open. I think last week you realized one area of your life where you couldn't take shortcuts, where you really needed to work through things, that you needed to apply all of your energy, your discipline. And through that experience, you may well have found where you have been dissipating your energy or a resource or your time. Maybe it's your money. And wanting to change that, wanting to close the door on a past way of acting or being, or past people that surrounded you, or it could be situations. But you were looking towards, and I would think it has something to do with, well, probably finances this week. Because we have a Pentacles coming into it. We have a Pentacles as their underlying. We have a Pentacles going into next week and this weekend. And we start off with the Wheel of Fortune, which reminds me so much of a Pentacle. So it could be your health and well-being, but for the majority of you, I think it's finances. How to create abundance in your life, where you are spending your money now, and looking at new ways of going forward, new ways of spending your money, creating money in order to open those new doors going forward. Now we have the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords crossed over each other. The Six of Swords is the path forward, so yes, due diligence, hard work. Okay, with the Six of Swords there, we are in this boat and it does not have a motor. We know we need to throw our backs into it. We know it's going to be hard work. So that energy doesn't change this week at all for you. You know that you have to make a commitment in order to go forward. You need discipline and dedication in order to go forward. Now, the Queen of Swords is over top here. You know, the Queen of Swords is wonderful because the Queen of Swords wants us to grow our passions, our dreams, our desires. Our energy is to nurture, to support, to create what we truly want to walk into. And then on the other side of it, we have the Fool. So new paths opening up to us, new ways of doing things, new ways of becoming. So the Wheel of Fortune energy doesn't last all that long, where you could expect, I would think, at the beginning of the week more than towards the end of the week, you really see where those new doors are closing in your life, that you are actively closing on your own in order to step into new dreams, new possibilities, new ways of being. Now we have the Seven of Pentacles as our underlying energy. What are you cultivating? What are you creating? But when I first laid this card down, it's like, where are you spending your money and why? Does it bring back value into your life? And so rarely do I kind of get that connection, even though it is a pentacle. So pay attention to it, because I think that you are going to be shown maybe a credit card bill is going to come in, and you are actively going to look at it and go, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I had spent so much money on such a frivolous thing. I need to be more in control of my finances. I need to direct my money in a certain way. I need to understand the possibility of what I can do and create with the money I already have in my life, and how to grow it better, how to build that nest egg. So with the being your underlying energy, things are going to be shown to you. Maybe how to close that door, how to open up new doors. That things are definitely going to be shown to you when it comes to your finances, how to create, how to spend, how to grow wealth in your life. Absolutely. Or it could be well-being. Okay? In the general reading, I don't want to just keep it finances, because the Pentacles is very much about our health. If we don't have our health, we really have nothing. There's not a lot we can do when we are feeling sick, when we are feeling under the weather, when we are dealing with an illness or a diagnosis of some sort. So if it's totally health that we're looking at, you know, just by taking the time out, by resting, okay, because we do have the Four of Swords in your health. So you could actually feel like you are under the weather, that things aren't working in your favor, that you are always pushing towards rocks that are just immovable, wasting your energy, valuable energy, on things that don't matter, scattering your energy. This is really a card that says you really need to unplug when you feel the need to unplug. You need to rest. You need to recuperate. You need to meditate, pray. Spend alone time with yourself and your thoughts out in nature. Ground yourself. Center yourself. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Take the time outs when you need it. Take time for you when you need it. It's important this week. For the overriding energy, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is embracing new passions, new ways of doing things, new ways of becoming. This opens up a beautiful path. This could be new love coming in. This could be somebody, a new best friend. This could be stepping into a passion or a dream, starting a new path, especially since we have the Fool here. Realizing your potential and going towards it. Embracing it, embracing who you are and what you can bring to the table in order to make it a reality, in order to make your path tangible going forward. This can also be about the give and take. So you may be looking at doing charity work, or maybe you're more of a helping hand or somebody to lean on this week. You know, don't push that aside, because I think that's important as well. We have the Queen of Wands, which is, she's kind of like the judge in the deck. She's the quiet one. She has a beautiful creative energy, but she only goes forward when she knows all of the facts that go with moving forward in a certain direction. Okay, she is the one who asks the validating questions. She is the one who researches, who strategizes. And it is not until she has all the facts at her disposal that she makes her ruling on how to go forward, the decisions that need to be in place. So don't make decisions lightly this week, because those decisions are probably going to stick long term. So we want to make sure that we have all the information before we put the next foot forward. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which is our strength. It's our voice. It's our communication. It's saying this is the way things need to be. This is where I will compromise. This is where I won't give. This is what I must do. This is who I need to become. So there is a very strong voice in you this week, making that declaration on your path forward, on what you want to accomplish, on what you want to do, on the things that need to be in your life in order to feel that stability, in order to feel that health and well-being. We have the King of Pentacles going into the weekend and into next week. So here's another pentacle. But here, look at this now. We have the abundance, okay? It's a king. He's very strong. So if you use the energy well this week, by the time the weekend comes around and going into next week, you are ready to go. You are strong. You are determined. You have thoughts, new creative ideas, new ways of being, new ways of doing in order to bring in wealth, well-being, good finances, abundance in your life, okay? Your crown is a living vine, so it's your thought processes. It's how you are evolving your path through your thoughts, through weighing it out, through making the proper decisions. And then we have the Eight of Cups and the Three of Wands together. So really, it's all about you stepping onto a new path. Okay, now with the Eight of Cups, this isn't so much about closing doors behind you, but things change in what once gave you security, what once gave you love or well-being. Okay, it's like the child going to adulthood and moving forward in their independence to grow their own dreams. So they grow up, they leave the parental home, but the parental home doesn't stop. We don't shut the door on the parental home, but it does change in the way it gives us love. It does change in the way it gives us security. And now we have the Three of Wands with it. Now the Three of Wands is very much, you are standing very grounded and you are looking at the possibilities of your tomorrow, of that expansive path. Now the first wand that you hold in your hand right now, I think you are looking more at where you are grounded. No, I'm thinking with the Ace of Cups and the Fool here, that chances are you are looking at the abundant new path of new ways of doing things, new ways of being, new ways of becoming. Remember, we had the Queen of Wands here. We're going to shift our energy at some point to that second wand and hold that in our hand and understand where we are and what would we truly be giving up, what would we be walking away from if we choose this path. And the third wand, of course, is the decision going forward. Now, for love relationships, we have the Four of Pentacles. The more you embrace the you in the relationship, of what you bring to the table, of what makes the relationship so unique and wonderful and wholesome, is the things that you do, and really embracing. Okay, especially if you are in a relationship where somebody's constantly cutting you down or saying you don't do enough, realize the potential of what you do within the relationship and bring it to their attention. Be strong in your voice. Because I think that is going to move the relationship probably to, well, a deeper level. Unless it's a very bad relationship, then it's going to probably dissipate. Because this is also about letting go sometimes of certain scenarios in our life that have weighed us down, that has made us feel less than perfect. If you're looking for a relationship, well, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Fool, we've got new paths laid out before us. So yes, absolutely, there could be relationships coming in, new relationships coming in. It might appear out of nowhere, actually, by the cards. So you turn that corner and your eyes meet. But first and foremost, you need to take ownership of the treasure of your heart and what you give to the relationship, and understand it as a priority in the relationship being as wonderful as it is. For work, career, finances, the Knight of Wands. So we might take a backward step into our different spending patterns. We may be looking backwards and thinking where we have wasted money, where we have utilized our money so that it brings back an enormous amount of value and wealth into our lives, and how to go forward. So it's kind of a decision-making time. So you may be making a lot of decisions when it comes to your finances, because you're going to be jumping on that horse. You're going to be riding into your sunrise of tomorrow, and you want to attach yourself to the wisdom of what you did yesterday. Now, this could come across in job, career, of looking at a job you were in or a career that you once wanted and revitalizing it, understanding that it can still be a path forward in some way. Or you could be looking at the steps you took in order to further advance yourself within a career or a job, and how it maybe worked extremely well for you and using that wisdom, or how it flatlined on you and using that wisdom in order to go forward. Somewhere here you really need to attach yourself to the wisdom of yesterday, the wisdom that you've learned on your path in order to empower yourself going forward. Now, the only other card that I did want to touch on is the Hermit, because he is in your spirituality, and so this is a very important card to pay attention to, because your spirituality is all about this week meditation, prayer, tapping into your intuition, tapping into your higher wisdom, and making the plan, understanding the potential, and then coming out of that cave or coming out of that desert and stepping into the plan and letting it all roll out so naturally, because you have taken the time to truly plan your steps forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.